We have a spicy donation deck from Quentin Coldman today featuring Entomb, Echo of Eons, and Beseech the Mirror. Let's go check it out. An all-new Black Saga Storm. That's what we're playing today thanks to Quentin Coldman, as I mentioned in the intro. So what's different about this deck? We're playing the card Entomb to help us find our copies of Echo of Eons, so that way we have a really fast way to rebuild our hand, and it allows us to mulligan very aggressively. We can mulligan to 3 cards if need be, as long as that we can resolve an Echo of Eons on the first turn. Additionally, we're playing Orcish Bowmasters today to complement our copy of Echo of Eons. Even if we fail to win with the Echo, Orcish Bowmasters will deal our opponent 7, we get a huge orc, and well, you can imagine what happens after that. We're also playing a card that, admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of, Spoils of the Vault. I feel like when you cast this spell, you often die, but Quentin thought it would be funny to make me play the deck with Spoils of the Vault in it today, so we're going to see if that happens. I hope it doesn't, but you know that there's a possibility. Other than that, it does look a little bit like that previous Black Saga Storm deck, except there's no Infernal Tutor, and instead we're playing 4 copies of Beseech the Mirror. We're able to get Gaea's Will, or obviously Tendrils of Agony. You could also just go grab Entomb to put Echo in the graveyard. There's a lot of different things we can do here. On the sideboard, we have Surgical Extraction. There's a lot of Reanimator variants out there right now. Duress is additional protection or disruption. Feed the Swarm for Ley Lines, because we are an Echo of Aeons deck, so we need to be able to remove Ley Line of the Void. Dismember kills things like Archon of Emeria. Empty the Warrens is primarily a Beseech the Mirror target that allows us to beat Graveyard Hate, which I think is quite smart. Aether Spellbomb is a target off of Urza's Saga that allows us to beat Archon of Emeria. Haywire Might's similar, except it answers things like Chalice of the Void or Deafening Silence. Shadow Spear allows us to play the beatdown game. And then lastly, Surge Node is a colorless way, because Aether Spellbomb and the Haywire Might both require colors. Surge Node is a colorless way to answer Chalice of the Void by adding a counter to it and then making it not as relevant as it should be. So that is the deck list. If you have any questions, I can't talk, put those down below. I'll do my best to answer them, or maybe Quentin will stop in and answer them themselves. But that's all I have for now. I just want to comment, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I just want to hop on in and play some Magic the Gathering. I'll see you in the first round. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop, or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We're on the draw, and we've opened up a hand that has turn 1 Orcish Bowmasters into a draw 7. I will keep this. At the end of the deck, I said, I don't know what's wrong with me because I can't talk. Well, I actually do know what's wrong with me. 1, I'm not a great speaker. And 2, I'm getting over the convention center bug, as Brian Cook, I believe, calls it, where I went to Star City Games Philadelphia last weekend, and I've had stuffy nose, a little bit of a sore throat ever since then. I've tested myself for COVID. Don't have COVID, but just getting over being sick, so please bear with me. We see a Truman Preordain. I don't know what our opponent plays, so I'm not really sure what they're up to here. I'll play the 1 basic swamp we have in this deck list. Or actually, it might be 2. Let's imprint the Agadeem's Awakening. Let's try Bowmasters here. See if this resolves. And it appears that they're F6'd. We'll save our target, or I guess I just auto-yield, but it's fine. And then we'll add 3 blue, spin that wheel, make a really big orc. Save targets, I'll hit them. And this is just a turn 1 win. Assuming they did not draw into, and they conceded. Nice. Bowmaster's doing work there. We also had Dark Ritual off of Lotus Petal, Chrome Mox into Tendrils of Agony. So I'm sure Quentin will be pretty happy to see that super fast winning game number 1. Preordain to me usually means Ad Nauseam Tendrils, especially off of Underground Sea. I think I'll bring in Surgical Extraction. Sorry, Spoils of the Vault. You go on the sideboard where you belong. And it is 1 copy of Basic Swamp. And then I'll board Article Ball Therapy on the draw. Let's try this. You still leave 1 in your deck for Entomb, but I don't think we need 2 copies. Gaea's Will in hand. I don't know how much I love that, but We do have a very disruptive draw. I think I'll try it. Like, this Gaia's Will is terrible, and we're not playing Brainstorm. But the rest of this hand should be pretty good against an opposing combo deck. Underground Sea, Duress. So my inclination of Ad Nauseam Tendrils was correct. Let's see what they choose here. They take Thoughtseize, okay. I can Surgical their Duress and then Cabal Therapy. Let's do that. Oh, they're Doomsday. I guess that makes sense. And they only have one Duress in their deck? Sheesh. Okay. I mean, honestly, it kind of makes sense. Like, when you hear Hubs, think horses, not zebras, and I was definitely thinking zebras with Ad Nauseam Tendrils. Okay, so I guess if I'm willing to get rid of the therapy, or get rid of both petals, I can therapy them twice here. But the problem is my hand doesn't do anything. Alright, we'll play the Bowmasters. And then we'll Cabal Therapy on them. Doomsday. The question is, do I leave them with the Brainstorm? I don't know. I guess I'll get rid of the Orc Army and just discard the Brainstorm as well. So they have Underground Sea, Lotus Petal. Pass the turn. They play Lotus Petal. And the second copy of Underground Sea, they have one unknown card in their hand. We're going to hang on to that Thoughtseize for a turn or two here. I don't really see the point of playing it out. They play a Polluted Delta, still one card in hand. Surgical Extraction. Not a bad one. I guess I could try to exile their Doomsdays. Alright, let's Thoughtseize them. They have Dark Ritual. Exile Doomsday. I don't know if they boarded in backup win conditions. No Shield Dread. And they snap Concede. Love it. Take that, Doomsday. We're 1-0 in this Legacy League. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Round number 2, we're on the play. Well, this is a good hand. We have turn 1 Echo of Eons. We'll keep Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lion's Eye Diamond, Dark Ritual. We'll cast Entomb because this allows us to play through a Force of Will. We'll grab an Echo of Eons, add 3 blue, 3 black, flashback Echo, 5 mana floating, Storm is 6. And they do have a Force of Will, exiling Supreme Verdict. We will now Echo of Eons again. I think I want black floating. I don't see why 1 blue would be good here. Alright, well now I see why. Because I could have Entombed for another Echo. I guess I can Spoils of the Vault for Tendrils here. How brave am I feeling? Let's try a Dark Ritual. We have 2 Tendrils in our deck. If we don't die off the spoils, it's an immediate win because they're just done. Why am I playing Spoils of the Vault? Ugh. Alright, put spoils on the stack. Okay, Tendrils of Agony. Here we go. Ayy, love it. Love it. Turn 1 through a Force of Will. It's not bad. Spoils of the Vault makes me feel so uneasy. But we got the win through a Force of Will on the first turn. We saw a Supreme Verdict, so they're likely on a Beans strategy. I think we want the additional copies of Duress. And I'm sorry, Spoils, but even though you were good right there, I don't trust you and I'm siding you out. I do like Empty if we think that they're on Beans, because a lot of the Beans decks have Veil of Summer these days. I think I'll board out 1 Agadeem's Awakening. Let's try this. Our opponent's on the play. We've opened up a hand that's pretty good. I do need another artifact for the Metalcraft on Mox Opal here, but this hand does a lot. Turn 1 Tundra, okay. And there's our next artifact, so we'll lead on Thoughtseize here. Minor Misstep, okay, spicy. I don't really want, so I could, in theory, like, play out all of my artifacts, imprint, and then flash in Bowmasters at some point. But I don't actually want to, I want all of the cards in my hand. I don't want to imprint anything. So I don't think that's a choice I want to make at this very moment. They do not shuffle, and then they play a Misty Rainforest. Another Chrome Mox, okay. Let's play out Lion's Eye Diamond. Am I getting Spell Pierced here? Another minor... Why are you playing so many minor missteps? It's so odd. Weeble Cabal Therapy. Force of Will. We did hit. They have Swords to Plowshares, Uro Wasteland. Okay, so maybe playing out this Bowmasters when they have swords in hand isn't ideal. So maybe we imprint the Bowmasters. And then we're very close to a Beseech the Mirror win. In fact, if we draw any card we can imprint next turn, we have a deterministic win. There's the Uro. So currently, before they draw off the Uro here, they have Swords to Plowshares and 1 unknown. They will draw a second card here. So is it 2 unknowns or 1? No land, so they have 2 unknowns in their hand. Come on, imprintable. We have another Tendrils in our deck, so that's fine. Chrome Mox. We'll imprint the Orcish Bowmasters. Chrome Mox, imprint Tendrils of Agony. Play the Mox Opal. Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing Mox Opal. Storm 4. Grab another Beseech the Mirror. Cast that. Sacrifice Chrome Mox, Storm 5. We'll grab another Beseech the Mirror. Storm 6. So if we wanted to avoid a surgical extraction here, I could just empty the Warrens for 14. Typically, I don't want to do this versus an Uro, but they can't make blue, blue, green, green next turn. So it's not the worst here to empty the Warrens. We also have a Cabal Therapy, but is naming Swords to Plowshares with Cabal Therapy even worthwhile? I don't think so. So I think instead we're just going to create a Goblin Army and pass the turn. So you might be wondering why I decided not to go for the Gaia's Will win there. They had a long pause on one of my Beseech the Mirrors, where it made me think that maybe they were thinking about surgical extraction on my Beseech. And that's why I decided to pivot to empty the Warrens. But regardless, we got the win. We are 2-0, 4-0. Quentin Coldman's deck looking very good right now. Let's see if we can get the next 3 matches. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and Mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round number 3, we're on the play again. Love winning these die rolls. Okay, so we have a Beseech hand. I guess this could end up being a Saga game. I'll keep. So I don't know what Dragon Day Dragon has been playing recently, but I do know that they love Thassa's Oracle combo decks with why can't I think of the name right now? Paradigm Shift, like that sort of stuff. So I'm going to choose to not play out the Saga on the first turn, so that way maybe we can go Construct Beatdown moving forward. Island, Lotus Petal, okay. And they pass the turn. We draw a Mox Opal. I'll just play the Saga here and pass. Cavern of Souls, yep, name's Wizard. So this looks familiar. This looks like the Thassa's Oracle deck that Dragon Day Dragon usually plays. Thoughtseize is an amazing draw here, because if they only have one piece of interaction, they're dead. Let's cast the Thoughtseize. So they have Impulse to dig for another Force of Will. We'll play out Mox Opal. Dark Ritual. They cast Impulse, okay. Dark Ritual. That resolves, we'll cast another. Storm is 5. I'll tap the Urza Saga for mana. And then we'll Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing the Mox Opal. Storm 6. We'll grab the Gaea Will. This will be Storm 7. And then we just replay our graveyard and win again. Thoughtseize in the middle just for funsies. We'll take that Preordain. Play the Mox Opal. And Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing Mox Opal. Grabbing Tendrils of Agony. Boom! Another game win. Love that. Okay. Likely want Duress. Sorry, Spoils. I just don't trust you. You're going directly in the sideboard like every match. I'm sorry, Quentin. I don't know how good empty is here. I think I'll try it. We'll board out another Agadeems again. So you might be saying, like, why am I boarding out lands? I get it. But all this card does in this deck is really just imprint a Chrome Mox. Like, theoretically, you can hardcast it and get back a couple copies of Bowmasters, but, or is it just one copy? I don't know. But I don't think that's, like, really worthwhile. Plus, we're on the draw, so you should be able to, you know, not, like, when you're on the draw, you're more likely to hit your land drops, that sort of thing. Turn 1, Ancient Tomb. Okay. Bowmasters. We'll play a Chrome Mox. Imprint the Agadeems. Let's Thoughtseize. Double counter spell. Let's take the Force of Will. We'll play the Saga. And so, like, I guess I should imprint the Dark Ritual, because it allows me to win with Urza Saga, and I can flash in Bowmasters. They cycle the step through. What is that? Wow. Okay. That's some spicy Storm hate. I've never seen this card. Sure. I mean, my game plan just became to kill them with Urza Saga. In response, I will flash in Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. So they played Lotus Petal and that creature. They played the island. So we still know 2 of their 3 cards in hand. Lion's Eye Diamond. I'll play the diamond, and we can pass the turn. Later, I might be able to use a protection spell to discard this Force of Negation and then Echo and kill this creature using our Orcish Bowmasters. They play Otawara. Okay. On the end step, we will create a construct token. Draw for turn. Thoughtseize. I mean, that's good here. We'll create another construct. Grab a Mox Opal. Oh, is it only creatures? Lovely. Swing for 6. Thoughtseize the opponent. I mean, Force of Negation doesn't even... I think it's just the impulse. So we're leaving, like, I don't need to win with the Echo. Like, granted, it would be really cool if I did, but I think it's just better here to make sure that I don't lose when I'm already so far ahead. Like, the cooler play is to do the Echo thing, but I don't want to risk them going end step, impulse into Oracle, untap, card that exiles my deck, and I lose. Beseech the Mirror. Okay, so if I swing out, they'll go to 1. But instead, I guess they can't block the Bowmasters or else they're dead, so we'll swing. And then they can't hardcast Force of Negation. So they would have to have a card to pitch here. So they're just dead anyway? Yeah, now they're just dead. Our opponent says GG's. So we are now 3-0-6-0. I mean, these games have been really fast. They're efficient. I mean, we're cruising through this league. Hopefully we get the next 2. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Another match, another die roll 1. We're on to play match number 4. This is a turn 1 Thoughtseize into Echo if we want it. I'll keep this. Vault of Whispers. We're playing the Vault of Whispers over the Agadeems because this is a deck with Metalcraft. And they're just on Smallpox. Okay. I guess I'll take the Mox Diamond. Play the Lotus Petal. Play the Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll Entomb. Put the Echo to the graveyard. Spin. Storm is 5. And this hand was a little bit of a whiff. Unfortunate. They have a first turn Mox Diamond. I thought about passing the turn. Ooh, they have green in their deck. But the problem with passing the turn was my hand didn't really do anything. They take a Thoughtseize and then Pithing Needle. So they're on just black-green depths. Okay. But Smallpox is still really weird. We'll take a draw. Diamond, what an insane hit here. I'm no longer going to cast this Thoughtseize. We're just going to spin the wheel. Spin that wheel. Let's see if we can get a better 7. Storm 2. I believe that this is just deterministic. You're dead. Imprint. Chrome Mox. Imprint. 2 mana. Bowmasters. Target them. They go to 17. Dark Ritual. Beseech the Mirror. Bargain. Chrome Mox. We'll grab another Beseech the Mirror. Bargain Chrome Mox. We'll grab another Beseech the Mirror. We'll bargain the Orc token. Fun fact, you can bargain tokens. We'll grab another Beseech the Mirror. Bargain a Vault of Whispers. And then finally, Tendrils of Agony. Storm 11. Whew. I don't know. Maybe this deck is insane. It feels really good right now. Depths, huh? We likely want Dismember. I'm pretty sure that they're a deck that plays a couple copies of Collector Roof. We could also bring in the Spell Bomb if we wanted to. Empty beats something like a Leyline of the Void. I don't know if this is a very good Bowmasters matchup, if I'm being honest. I feel like we're probably supposed to board out Bowmasters here. And if I think that they're a Leyline deck, do I want Feed the Swarm? It's also another answer to Collector Roof. I think I'm okay trying this. Actually, I think I was supposed to leave the spoils in the deck and side out a couple discard spells. If I manage to lose a game, that's what we'll do. The opponent takes a mulligan. So we have the answer to Leyline. My concern here is that our hand doesn't do anything. I'll take a mulligan. This seems fine to me. This is a turn 1 Echo of Eons if we want it. We'll keep and we'll put the Vault of Whispers on the... Actually, I think I want the Vault of Whispers for Metalcraft. Basic Swamp into Thoughtseize. Sure. Please take the empty. Pretty please. And they do take the empty. Big fan. We draw a card that we can imprint. Love that. So we'll play Chrome Mox. Imprint Thoughtseize. Play the Vault of Whispers. Play Lotus Petal. Cast Dark Ritual. We will now Entomb. We can go grab Echo of Eons. And let's spin that wheel. Storm is 5. Okay, so we can Entomb again. Or another copy of Echo of Eons. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Entomb Storm 10. We'll grab another copy of Echo. Storm will be 11. 3 mana floating. And this will do. Turn 1 through Thoughtseize. Wow. We're cruising. And we can even Thoughtseize for good measure here. Storm 15. Mindbreak Trap? What? That's illegal. You can't do that. Come on. You can't do that. Tendrils of Agony. Wow. 4-0-8-0. 1 match left to go. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. For the trophy, match number 5 once again on the play. Alright, so we have turn 1 Bowmasters into maybe turn 2 Echo. I think that's a keep. Leyline of Sanctity in the main deck. Are we facing Leylines? What plays game 1 Leyline of Sanctity? So I guess we have to win with Orcs or Urza Sagas? I mean, is it like Enchantress? It is, it's Enchantress. Okay, sure. We will play an Orcish Bowmasters. Target myself, I go to 19. Saga was a good draw here. So this is actually pretty cool. We're going to create a blue mana by imprinting our own Echo of Eons. And then we'll Entomb for another Echo. And now we'll flashback. And our Orc is going to become huge. We'll save targets. They'll all go at the Orc. Play another Chrome Mox. Imprint the Thoughtseize. Play Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond, Orcish Bowmasters, and now we can attack for 10. Nice. Leyline of Sanctity. Get in there. Serra Sanctum, okay. Wild Growth, 5 mana. Destiny Spinner, okay. So if I could draw another way to Echo of Eons, we have a win. That'll do, Pig. That'll do. Okay, let's Beseech the Mirror. We'll bargain sacrificing a Chrome Mox, I guess. I guess I could have just paid it. I didn't need to Entomb. I could have just gotten a... Okay, I just learned something. I could have just... I have to turn off my auto yields here. I could have just put Echo to hand. And now we'll Echo. Tons of triggers. They'll all go at Destiny Spinner. And we win match 5, game 1. We're 1 game away from a perfect league. Put empty in the deck. We want Feed the Swarm. Likely want Haywire Mites. I don't think I want multiple Cabal Therapy. 64 cards. I'm going to board out 2 Spoils. 1 Agadeem's Awakening. Maybe 1 Thoughtseize. Let's try this. Okay, once again, this is a turn 1 Echo of Eons we will keep. Alright, well, it's no longer a turn 1 Echo of Eons. It could be a turn 1 Beseech the Mirror. For an Empty the Warrens, we do have that as an option. I think we're just short of Tendrils of Agony. Maybe not anymore. Alright, we'll play the Saga. Chrome Mox, imprint the Agadeem's Awakening. Dark Ritual. Play the Mox Opal. Play the Chrome Mox. Let's make a black mana. Okay, I'm going to hang on to the Entomb. I don't need the mana here, and it might come up with Storm. So Beseech the Mirror is going to be Storm 5. And then I can play 3 more Beseeches, so that would be 8. Empty would be 9. Alright, I'm going to Entomb. And we can put any card we don't care about in the graveyard. So another Entomb. And now we'll Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing Chrome Mox. Storm is 6. Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing the Opal. Storm 7. I believe that this is lethal. Beseech the Mirror, sacrifice Chrome Mox. Storm 8. Beseech the Mirror, sacrifice the Urza Saga. Storm 9. And now Tendrils of Agony. No hand, no graveyard, no board. This is a perfect league, winning with a perfect game. Wow, this is sweet. I don't know if I've ever done no hand, no graveyard, no board. That is something special. And a perfect league to top it off. Every single match was 2-0. Wow. Quentin, thank you so much. This league was a blast. Your deck is incredible. I think that's the only word that I can use for this. I don't love Spoils of the Vault, but the one time I did cast it, it won me the game. So that's kind of special. No real feedback. I mean, I don't think I would change anything. It looks like your deck list is pretty tuned. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed watching this blazing fast 5-0 league. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day. Keep storming. Hey you, yeah you, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're interested, you can visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel. You can even join me in a video in the Epic tier. It's totally worth it, I promise. And see ya. Thanks for watching.